Hey, what's going on, everybody? I know who it is. It's JJ. You know, we back there like an addict, no rehab. Because you know I'm addicted to giving guys advice. So I understand people, they always looking for cars and people are always buying cars. And a lot of times, people don't have a mechanic to come with them to inspect the car. So I'm going to do my best to just show you some things that you should check out when you're going to purchase a used vehicle. In my opinion, I wouldn't purchase a vehicle until you talk to a tag agency, just to verify, ask the person that's selling the vehicle, that you're selling the vehicle, do they have the VIN number? And then you just want to call your local DMV tag agencies to make sure that the vehicle doesn't have any liens on it, make sure the vehicle, if they're stated it's a rebuild or salvage title, ask the tag agency or DMV. A lot of times they'll tell you that it's a rebuild or a salvage title. So this is the vehicle that I picked up here at auction, but I can only see it for a little bit at the auction. I only can see it for the time it's running through the auction, or I can kind of check it out before the pre-sale. But you're the one purchasing the vehicle. You're going to be the one purchasing the vehicle. And I know a lot of people don't always have, like I said, always have a mechanic or somebody that comes with them and inspect the vehicle. So I'm gonna just tell you some things that you should do when inspecting the vehicle. So first things first, I would just come pop the hood on the vehicle if I was you. And when you come to look at it, just pop the hood. Let me go grab a rag or something for the rag right quick. But I'll be right back. So get your rag or something. I'll be right back. So just bear with me. Should have had this first. Rag. So. Oh, you was tracking me? Oh yeah, did a pretty good job of tracking. So you got the hood popped. You want to check the oil. Get you a rag, ask them, or napkin. Yeah, you got some napkins in your car. You want to check the oil. But first, wipe it off first, just in case the vehicle is running beforehand. Because, a lot of times people start the vehicle up, and when you start the vehicle up, the oil will jump to the top. So first, wipe it off one time, then you pull it back out. Then that should make sure the level is surface. Then you check it out, and then you want to make sure that the oil is. A lot of times on a lot of dipsticks, it'll have a safe or it'll be like an airport full. So you want to make sure it's there or it's close to there. With a lot of older cars, they will burn some oil, so it might not be right at the full line. It's got an oil change, so it might not be right at the full line. And then a lot of times, a lot of the older cars, they burn oil because of valve cover gaskets, or they leaking a little bit of oil. So now that you're under here, and while you're looking, you can check the coolant levels. A lot of times the radiator will be right here, and you can just check it. But on some cars, you can only fill the radiator up from right here. But a lot of times you can just check it. You want to take it off. You want to make sure it's not like really gunked up and stuff under there. A lot of times people are looking, they'll see even like it'll be gunked up sometimes too, because a lot of times antifreeze, you're supposed to change it like every 5 years or like a certain amount of miles. So if the person's not changing it, or if there's been like leaking or have like some type of leaking, they've been adding water to it, then it'll start looking all gloopy and stuff. But you want to check this one right here. You can visually on these you can visually check these on this particular model. So you can visually check and make sure it's to the code field line. Your power steering fluid, everything is going to be clear, it's going to be in clear, like visibly that you can see. So like you can look at the power steering. Let me take this off. So you can look at it and see that it's not at the max level. You can see the power steering is a little bit low. You got windshield wiper fluid. That's not the biggest thing. Like the brake fluid, it's going to be in the clear container as well. So you can just visually check that and see if it's at the line. And like I said, check the oil. A lot of times vehicles will have a fully encased transmission, so it'll be hard for you to check the transmission on a lot of newer vehicles. But if it's on an older vehicle, a lot of times the transmission dipstick will be right here. So it's like this and this, like So this one, if you look at the top of it, for dealer use only. So this one for dealer use only because it's fully encased. So now that you do that, so now you're inside the vehicle. You want to first thing you want to do, you want to get the key. You want to see how easy it is to start up. Is it just starting right up, or is it taking a while? Does it have a weak battery? Is it clicking, making a clicking noise? If it's like making a click to click, it could be the starters going bad. If you hear that, so you want to get in there, start it up. You want to see how easy it is, start it up. What I would suggest is turn the first things first, turn the AC on. You know, because this right here will let you know if the cooling fans are working. So when you turn the AC on, that clicking noise is a blender actuator. A lot of like Dodges and like Chevy Impalas, they have this little blender actuator, but you know, just always switch over. But like I said, turn the AC on, and then you want to come outside, come back out to the vehicle, check and make sure the fans kicked on. Because once you turn the AC on, and you can see those fans, they're spinning. So now you know that the fans is working. They are working. Now that you know your radiator fans is working, then you turn that off. Now you just let it get. Now you let the car get up to normal operating temperatures on its own, just to see if it's gonna go. If the temperature hand is gonna go over there, and then see if they'll kick on this way as well. Because a lot of times it could be a short, and they can kick on because of AC, but then they won't kick on because by themselves. So now just let the vehicle run, and while you're letting the vehicle run and get up to normal operating temperature, just walk around the vehicle and check all the lights on the vehicle. Check all the lights, and then that gives the vehicle the time to get up to normal operating temperatures, unless you just stand somewhere that's really really cold or somewhere. But yeah, now you just check all the lights, and so you check the turn signals. This one got a check engine light. So what you would do with that, we'll talk about that in a second. But blinkers, they're blinking at the same space. If one side was blinking faster than the other side, that means one of the bulbs is out. So you go out there, you turn the lights on. So if you ain't got nobody to help you, just turn signal. It's working. Then now you just keep letting the vehicle run, let it get up to normal operating temperature while you checking everything. Boom, turn signal. Go back, flip it, walk. Okay. You got turn signals. Then you ask the person that's with you, hey, can you check my brakes, make sure the brake lights are working? You want to make sure your brake light working, the third brake light is working as well. And now you get back in the car, you want to just look at the car, make sure it's how the pictures got it looking. Check up here right here. They usually let you know if the person is like previously got an oil change. Are you waiting till the car gets kind of getting up to operating temperature? Just ask the person any question like, hey, how you replaced any parts on the vehicle? When's the last time you got the oil change? When's the last time you put some tires on it? Just ask them, is there anything that you know about the vehicle? Because a lot of times they'll have a vehicle and it'd be something, not all our vehicles though, like sometimes it'd be some way they gotta do something for the car to do it. You don't want to have that problem. But now, the vehicle has a check engine light on, so you can take that to O'Reilly's, AutoZone, Auto Parts store. They can check your battery for you as well, but they'll check this code for you. While you just take it there. Hey, can you go to AutoZone? It's more like this Auto Parts store somewhere near you. So now you close the hood. Close the hood. Now you prepare for your test drive. So now you start preparing for your test drive. Take it down to the auto parts store. Like I said, O'Reilly's, AutoZone, have them check the codes for you. Got a, you know. So now you see vehicle's not overheating or anything like that. Now you take it for you want to take it for a little test drive, making sure you get it up to about 60 miles per hour, 60, 65, about 70 at the max. Get it on the highway if you can. Find the nearest highway. You know, check the brakes. Then you come and find a little parking lot like this. Make sure the ground is clean or is dry. You want to check under there. Make sure nothing's leaking, dripping. You know, so you want to find the first spot. Make sure nothing's leaking. You know, you can go around. You can check the tires. You can do this beforehand as well. You know, just check the tires. Make sure the radio is off, you know, so you can hear, see if there's noises, if you hitting any bumps here, and if it's like the shocks or struts or anything like that. You want to make sure you hearing any, if you hear any noise going over a bump. Then you find a little parking lot like this and just go around in a few circles just to make sure you don't hear any like clacking noise, because that could mean that the vehicle needs some CV axles. So you want to just go around left, then I would have had my should have had my tripod out there and just right. So let me see if I can get my tripod set up. But it ain't my parking lot, so probably won't do that. But you on left. But we're gonna try though. So you don't hear any. Let me just go try it. All right. So now we got it set. So let's take it down in a few circles, left, right. You know, reverse circle. You just do a circle. Trying to get it closer. Yeah, I can circle right. Hopefully it's picking up good. I'm not the greatest, you know, videographer at the moment, but we working. It's a work in progress. Now you go left. Now you go left. You know, it probably didn't pick it up. Voila. So now you done took the vehicle, the auto's on, you done got the codes checked, you done took it around in the parking lot, made sure it wasn't clacking or anything like that. You done checked all the fluids, checked all your lights. Now you just time for you to go back and negotiate your deal. But this is the video. I'll make more videos on this about helping and what to check for when purchasing a used vehicle, because I know I get a lot of times the people just come and they'll pop the hood on my vehicle, but they don't even be knowing what they're looking for. They'll just literally just come and pop the hood. That's it. They'll literally pop the hood, look at the engine bay, and then a lot of times they'll say, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking at. Well, this is a video for you guys, so y'all know at least some of the basic stuff to look at. And I'll make another video on this for the one older vehicle that actually has a transmission dipstick and it has the radiator in the front, so I can show y'all how to check the radiator and how to make sure the radiator is full, because a lot of times you get with these vehicles, like, you got to pull the radiator up over this way, through the overflow. It's not through the actual radiator, so it's hard to tell if the radiator is full or not all the time. So it's really tough to tell if the radiator is actually full when you're filling it up from the overflow, in my perspective. So now you went on your test drive. You should have checked everything out. It should have been a good 30 minute Good 30 minutes. Vehicle should have got up to a normal operating temperature. Um, now the rest is up to you on how to negotiate. If it's anything that you notice, like if you notice any like clacking noise or notice anything going over the bumps, then use that as like, hey, I'm gonna have to get this stuff replaced, and then you start negotiating from there. But this is just, making sure that you can check the vehicle, and then after that, when you get back after the test drive, just let the vehicle stay running. Basically, and just check underneath. Make sure everything is good. Make sure it's not nothing dripping or leaking. Then park it and just let it run. So you do make sure that it's not overheating, and after that, you should be good because now you didn't put pressure on the system. You didn't got it up to 60 miles per hour. If it was something that was going to go wrong with the vehicle, if it was going to overheat, it would have done it within that time. If it would have done it within that time, 30 minutes, and you can look and see, check the oil. Like I said, check the oil, make sure it's clean or dark, and just make sure it's not milky brown. You know, and I'll do a bit more inspect into it with a mechanic. Like I can do a little bit of mechanic work, but I prefer, I always say everybody has their job, and being a mechanic is not mine. I do know that I do can help you with the basics, and this is just the basic things you can check. So you can at least check these basic things. So that's all I want to help you out. Check the basic things. I want to try to bridge that hate between seller and like car dealers, because I know car people that sell cars are like some of the most hated people because they always feel like we're about to take advantage of them. And also people that selling cars, be respectful, because a lot of time, even if you're selling $1,000 car, $1,500 car, $2,000 car, whatever the price of the car, that might be that person's last money. And so don't try to just screw them over just because you're trying to get a deal done. Because a lot of times when people coming to buy a car, it's a big purchase, and people be thinking just because it's a $2,000 car. To me, $2,000 is still a lot of money. I know a lot of people live in a false reality where they're thinking like, oh, it's a $2,000 car, $2,500. $2,000, yeah, it might not seem a lot to you, but $2,000 to that person that's been working 6 months, 7 months, saving up to finally, then had the bills and everything that came up, and they're trying to get to that and they didn't took this long to save up $2,000, or they saved up 1,800, and they had to borrow $300 or $200 from this person. That $200 is a lot to them. So don't try to just screw them over just to get their car pawned off to the next person. If they want to think about it, take their time to check it out. Let them check it out as much as possible. Don't pressure the person. Me, that's one thing I don't do. I always tell people I'm a car dealer. You're going to drive this vehicle more than I ever driven it before. So take your time, check it out, and then you make your decision, because at the end of the day, it's still a used vehicle, so it's sold as is. And you can check it out and check it over as much as you want to. Go on the test drive as long as you want to. Let it run as long as you want to, because it's still, like I said, it's a used vehicle, so it's your responsibility. But you can at least check all these things and at least let you know that, okay, when I'm leaving out, I have at least a better understanding. Like at least I checked out everything I can check out. So at least that when after I purchase this vehicle, I have a better peace of mind, and I know that at least I checked it out, and it's a greater chance of this vehicle making it home instead of me just going in there looking at the vehicle for 1 second. A lot of times people come look at the vehicle, they look at it, take it down the street, and come back, and then they haven't let the car warm up or get in operating temperature or put any pressure on the system, and then they drive it, and then 10 minutes later after they put some pressure on the system, and the car just breaks down and stuff. So this is to help you at least minimize that. So appreciate everybody for rocking with me. If y'all haven't already, make sure y'all like, subscribe, share this video. Hopefully this is the how-to video to help people check vehicles out. Hopefully it helps you when you're going to look at some cars. I'm out. Peace.